Hi everyone, if you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like and leave a comment.
Come with me, my love, to the sea of love. I wanna tell you how much I love you.
Mount Gay Black Barrel is a blend of rums distilled in copper pots and column stills. Black Barrel is matured for 3 to 7 years in American whiskey casks and finished for 6 months in deeply charred bourbon casks. The name Black Barrel comes from the deeply charred bourbon casks, which are used to finish the rum for 6 months. This lends to its bold and aromatic character. On the nose, Black Barrel gives me lots of woody, buttery notes. It's a balance of dried fruit and spices. On the palate, I get bold and aromatic notes of gingerbread, lychee, and toffee. Black Barrel is great in craft and classic cocktails such as the rum old fashioned. Enjoy!
Entonces tú quieres encontrar el auténtico mojito. Todos dirán que el suyo es el mejor. Ellos mienten. ¿Quieres que te diga un secreto? Yo sé dónde encontrar lo verdadero. El mejor mojito del mundo. El mojito cubano. Y te preguntarás, ¿son los limones? No, es la hierbabuena que crece en la cima de las montañas. No lo creo. Yo sé la verdad. En Cuba sabemos cómo vivir, cómo disfrutar la vida. He vivido en La Habana toda mi vida. ¿Quieres la verdad? ¿Qué es lo que hace el sabor tan bueno? Todo está en el detalle. Presta atención. ¿Lo entiendes?
Always in my mind I have to do something for myself and my family, and always I like to do business. And after that I got opportunity and I buy own that shop. Local shop, they always help local people. People know now importance of local shop. Because I like to serve different customer, and always I talk to my customer and I gain my knowledge as well. People have different type of knowledge, you know. Yeah, basically lockdown is first time for everybody. We don't know what's going on, and finger crossed is not too long. It's very hard for us. A lot of people don't have job, they don't have money, so I don't think so people spend money in local shop. It's very hard for us. Own business in hardest part is long hours. We never take holiday in last 8-9 years. That is very challenge. It is my dream for forever. I am here whole life. I don't want to change nothing. I love to serve customer. That is my very important, and I want to support my local community.
There is a place called Sugarlandia. It is a timeless place where nature is still a dominant life force, where things happen that seem just too strange to believe, where time is deceptively fluid and your senses are heightened. It's a lush fertile land in which sugarcane thrives. In the ancient sugar mills of Negros grind the noble cane, which in turn makes the special black gold molasses, from which the rich and sweet Don Papa rum is distilled. For those who are wholeheartedly independent, and those who stand for what they believe in.
The real McCoy rum comes from the story of Bill McCoy, the pioneer rum runner of the Prohibition era. McCoy was the first person in January of 1920 to fill a boat full of rum down in the Caribbean and sail it up to New York City, acting as a floating liquor store 3 miles offshore. But McCoy never actually broke the Prohibition law, because in 1920 the international boundary was only 3 miles offshore, and he was very careful never to enter U.S. waters. Other rum runners soon copied McCoy and began bringing their own ships full of alcohol up to New York. But they usually watered down or adulterated the alcohol with wicked chemicals like turpentine, wood alcohol, and prune juice, which became known as booze, hooch, and rot gut. McCoy never did any of that. He maintained a high standard of quality, and that's why he and his product became known around the world as the real McCoy. Today, the real McCoy is made at the Foursquare Distillery on the Caribbean island of Barbados. Master distiller Richard Seal represents the 4th generation of family rum making. Foursquare Distillery is located on a 100-acre sugarcane farm in St. Philip, Barbados. Every spring, the cane is harvested and shipped to the local sugar mill, where it is converted to top-quality blackstrap molasses. The molasses is then returned to the distillery. Only the freshest molasses is used in making the real McCoy rum. The distillery itself was recently renovated, and although it is open to the public as a Barbados heritage site, it is a completely self-sufficient, environmentally conscious facility, where each step of the rum-making process is conducted with precision, commitment to quality, and attention to detail. Our fermentation process is temperature and pressure controlled, using only our proprietary yeast that provides the first step in establishing the real McCoy flavor profile. During distillation, we use a rare combination of column stills and pot stills, including the only pot still currently operated on the island of Barbados. The column stills render a clean, highly efficient distillate that creates the smooth characteristic of the rum, while the pot still is the craftsman's tool that allows our master distiller Richard Seal to develop many of the flavors and aromas that give the real McCoy its unique profile. The final stage, called maturation, is where we use top-quality oak barrels to store the rum so that it can age to maturity. The barrels are stored in one of 4 massive aging houses, where they are stored standing upright, so the rum has more interaction with the wooden staves. Following Bill McCoy's Prohibition tradition, we don't add anything to our rum at all. No artificial flavors, colors, or perfumes. Unlike many other rum makers, we don't add prune juice, raisin juice, molasses, caramel, or refined white sugar to hide the taste of a product that is rushed to market. With the real McCoy, what you see is what you get. Nothing but top quality rum that is handcrafted, authentically barrel aged, and known around the world as the very best. We have 3 expressions of the real McCoy rum: the 3-year aged white rum, our 5-year aged rum, and our super premium 12-year aged rum. Our white rum is unique in comparison to other white rums because it is authentically aged for 3 years in American oak bourbon barrels, causing the rum to be naturally smooth with subtle spice, wood notes, and bright floral overtones. We then filter the 3-year rum using our proprietary filter, which removes the color but doesn't strip away the fantastic flavors or aroma. We believe our filtration process differentiates us from all other white rums, providing a balanced white rum unique unto the world. Our 5-year rum is produced in exactly the same fashion, except it's unfiltered, so it maintains its silky golden amber color. This rum is soft and balanced, with hints of vanilla, toasted caramel, honey, and bourbon-aged wood. It is recognized around the world as a truly exceptional, handcrafted, barrel-aged rum. Our 12-year aged super premium rum is mature and balanced, with complex wood and spice notes, and a warm, elegant finish. It also has a deep, rich amber color, which can only come from 12 years of aging in top-quality wooden casks. These are the elements that make the real McCoy what it is today: top-quality blackstrap molasses, proprietary yeast, talented craftsmanship, authentic barrel aging, charcoal filtration, and an uncompromising commitment to actually deliver a rum that is worthy of the name the real McCoy. Together, these 3 expressions of the real McCoy rum have won dozens of prestigious awards around the world. They have been the subject of numerous magazine articles and have been showcased in rum festivals in London, Barcelona, Berlin, and all over the United States. For anyone looking for a flavor-forward white rum for mixed cocktails, a truly exceptional, handcrafted, barrel-aged rum, or an absolute top-quality super premium rum that rivals every other spirit in the world, the real McCoy rum delivers the goods. This rum lives up to its name. It actually is the real McCoy.
Behind every line, there's a choice: to stand still or go beyond. To cross the line is to step it up. It's 5 generations of a family spending over 200 years mastering the craft of making rum. It's that they did so while enduring wars, dictatorships, and crises in the Valley of Aragua here in Venezuela. It's doing everything from the sugar cane to the seal on the bottle in one place, the Hacienda Santa Teresa. Because to cross the line is to challenge yourself. It's aging different rums for up to 35 years and combining them to achieve a world-class blend. It's aging it even more inside a Solera, where it cascades down to absorb the singular complexity of a centenary mother rum, and then letting it evolve inside oak casks until it ends up becoming an unparalleled spirit. We call it Santa Teresa 1796. Conceived from the desire to celebrate the bicentennial of the Hacienda and regarded by experts as the best crafted rum in the world. Exceptional due to its origin, to its history, and something even more unique than the Solera, the extraordinary people who make it. Former criminals who became craftsmen. One day, they broke into the Hacienda, and when captured, this family gave them a second chance. They learned to play rugby and went from being gang members to being part of a team that is now a national champion. Today, they're the ones crossing the line, entering prisons to teach inmates about the sport that changed their lives. And these hands, which belonged to crime before, are the same ones dedicated to turning this rum into something unique. A smooth, dry, and balanced rum, able to evolve in every sip, a rum to celebrate the challenges and discover what is on the other side of the line. And all of this story, all of these lives, are gathered in a bottle that you'll recognize by the cross in our hacienda. A symbol that is there to remind you that lines are made to be crossed.
In the valleys of Aragua in Venezuela lies the Hacienda Santa Teresa, a place you may have heard of. Recognized as the best distillery in the world, the birthplace of one of the most acclaimed rums in the world, Rum Santa Teresa. This hacienda is the home of an impressive agro-industrial complex that manages to perfectly combine the most advanced technological processes with the most traditional techniques, including the Solera method, of which Santa Teresa is a pioneer with its super premium rum, Santa Teresa 1796. From planting and harvesting the sugarcane to distilling, aging, bottling, and labeling, the whole process of manufacturing Rum Santa Teresa is carried out in the same place. This trade gives our rum a unique flavor, which has been acclaimed in the most prestigious spirits competitions, such as Chicago's Beverage Tasting Spirits, San Francisco Spirits Competition, Miami Rum Renaissance, Rum Conference of Madrid, and the International Wine and Spirits Competition of London. In the valleys of Aragua, in Venezuela, lies the Hacienda Santa Teresa, a place you may have heard of, because it is also famous for being the land on which the liberator Simón Bolívar ratified the abolition of slavery. The fact is that this hacienda has a unique history, dating back to its foundation in 1796 by Count Tovar, who planted sugar cane for manufacturing his own aguardiente. This inspired Panchita Rivas, a survivor of the Independence War, and her husband, German-born Gustav Julius Vollmer, to embark on the adventure of making rum and becoming Venezuela's first rum producers. 5 generations of the Vollmer family have continued the tradition of manufacturing very high-quality rum in this extraordinary hacienda, which has always opened its doors to tourists around the world, to such an extent that it was named by CNN in its top 10 distillery tours, and where every bottle that is produced proudly carries the Ron de Venezuela, Rum of Venezuela label. In the valleys of Aragua, in Venezuela, lies the Hacienda Santa Teresa, a place you may have heard of, because it is also known for having sugarcane fields right next to rugby fields. That's because we don't just make rum here, we play rugby too. And it all began in 2003 after a group of young men who had mugged a watchman at the hacienda were offered a choice between going to jail and paying for their crime by working. They opted for the latter. They also played rugby, the sport Alberto and Enrique Folmer had taken part in since they were boys. That was the beginning of the Alcatraz Project, a program to reintegrate offenders into the community, which has so far helped hundreds of young men from the surrounding area to change their lives and has resulted in a dramatic reduction of the crime rate of the region. The Alcatraz Project in 2003 was selected by Harvard University as a case study for its social entrepreneurship knowledge network and has been recognized twice as the best social inclusion project by the World Bank in 2004 and by Beyond Sports Foundation in 2009. In the valleys of Aragua, in Venezuela, lies the Hacienda Santa Teresa, a place you may have heard of, on account of its tradition, on account of its legacy, on account of its history, or because it is also known as the home of Rum Santa Teresa, one of the best premium rums of the world. Santa Teresa, we play rugby, we make rum.